Although the writing was on the wall, it was still shocking to see Chelsea part ways with Thomas Tuchel this early in the season. With 7 games played in total, the season was at its infancy, but new owner Todd Boehly decided to quickly change things and sack Tuchel following a 1-0 defeat in the Blues Champions League opener against Dinamo Zagreb. Tuchel leaves Chelsea after being in charge for 100 games and reaching 5 finals. He helped Chelsea win the Champions League, the Club World Cup, and the UEFA Super Cup. The German tactician did all this in only 18 months in charge. During that time, Chelsea became a very tough nut to crack, while also becoming the only team that had the capacity to stand toe-to-toe with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool in the Premier League. Let's not forget how he stuck with the club during tough sanction period. So what exactly went wrong behind the scenes that forced Boehly to part ways with the former PSG manager? Let's find out. Roman Abramovich 2.0? Okay, so this is not really a wild theory, but it does seem that Todd Boehly is behaving almost exactly like the club's previous owner. The Russian billionaire embarked on a spending spree the moment he bought the club, and Chelsea did the same during the summer transfer window. Chelsea, under new management of Todd Boehly, spent around €282 million on new signings. Key signings were Wesley Fofana, Marc Cucurella, Raheem Sterling, Kalidou Koulibaly, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Denis Zakaria. The new owner was committed to assembling a team that would fight on multiple fronts and challenge for the Premier League title. Owing to his pedigree and ability to make things work, Tuchel was thought to be the man who will assemble a title-winning squad. Any manager who receives this much backing from the ownership should consider themselves very lucky, especially in a current financial climate where most club owners are being rather conservative in their spending. But here's the catch. While on paper Boehly's eagerness to spend money might sound like a dream, the entire picture isn't as cozy as has been made out to be. The American billionaire had a very hands-on approach towards player signings. In the past, Thomas Tuchel relied upon the likes of Peter Cech and Marina Granovskaya to get the deals across the line, with Abramovich taking a back seat, but both had already left the club before Boehly's arrival. This meant that Boehly started relying on Thomas Tuchel to juggle between being a manager and a sporting director of sorts. That was never going to work. And on top of that, Boehly was very insistent on the club signing a couple of players the manager did not want. Take, for instance, Cristiano Ronaldo. The moment it became clear that the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner wanted to leave Manchester United, the Blues declared their interest. Tuchel, however, rejected the offer to sign the former Real Madrid man, insisting that his arrival would impact the dressing room environment. Boehly, knowing that it was too early to force a player on a manager he didn't want, moved on. However, there had been rumors of Tuchel not really wanting to sign the likes of Raphinha either before the Brazilian joined Barcelona. The moment that must have annoyed Boehly the most was when the club made several bids to sign Anthony Gordon from Everton. The young winger was reportedly eager to move to Stamford Bridge, but it eventually transpired that within the Chelsea hierarchy, only Boehly was truly serious in signing the youngster. Alongside Chelsea, Todd Boehly also co-owned baseball Major League side Los Angeles Dodgers with a minority stake in NBA's LA Lakers, two big sports franchises in USA that demand same level of success as Chelsea. The history shows that Boehly is not afraid of making brutal decisions to sack the coach if things don't go as planned. Sacking of LA Lakers manager Frank Vogel earlier this year is an example. Poor showings and communication breakdown. In the backdrop, performances were not that good, although one can say that Jurgen Klopp has struggled more at Liverpool. Chelsea managed only 3 wins in the first 7 games of the new season, and the recent Champions League defeat at the hands of Dinamo Zagreb was the final nail in the coffin. Tuchel had a strained relationship with the new owner. At the same time, Boehly wanted to transition from the Roman Abramovich era and was clearly much more hands-on in his transfer business as compared to the Russian. Tuchel did not like that because he must have felt that Boehly's way of conducting business impacted his ability to manage the team. Communication with his players got worse with every setback, and the German was also critical of his interactions with the senior management in his latest interview with Sky Sports, calling it turbulent, confusing, and distracting. There are several rumors circulating in the European and North American media where it is being stated that both men never saw eye to eye and that Tuchel was also not happy with Chelsea's efforts in signing Matthias de Ligt from Juventus. The German believed that had Chelsea been more serious about the signing, the Netherlands international would have rejected a move to Bayern Munich. What did Rudiger say about Chelsea? The German defender left the club as a free agent and openly spoke about how the London Giants chop and change managers. He asked the club to be patient with Tuchel, who pleaded with the new management to retain Rudiger's services. I hope for this club that the mentality changes of sacking coaches so early when success is not there, Rudiger told The Times in May. I like to trust the process, and with this coach, you can see there is a process. Chelsea can be very proud to have a coach like this. The way he handled himself, the way he handled things in those tough moments, you have to give him kudos for that. You have to give him credit for that. Rio Ferdinand. The former Manchester United defender was baffled by the sacking and has said that whoever the club brings in next would be a downgrade to Tuchel, given how much the German had achieved in such a short span of time. Final word. The sacking gives us a good insight on how Boehly plans on running the club. The new owner is not averse to spending money on players, but likes to impose his decisions. There's a reason why Chelsea haven't gotten themselves in a new sporting director following the departure of Peter Cech and Marina Granovskaya. Boehly likes to do most of the work himself and wants to work with a manager who's happy to allow someone else to take the lead. Graham Potter is appointed as a new Chelsea manager. The English tactician has done wonders at Brighton, but it remains to be seen whether he has the personality to work in such an environment. To put it simply, Boehly wants a yes man at the club, and if Potter turns out to be anything close to his predecessor, another search will get underway in no time. As we saw in GTA, here we go again.